10 celebrities who treat their fans like trash.
Please, Leon, seriously?
When you're rich and famous, it's easy to forget the people who put you there. Some stars go above and beyond for their fans, but others, not so much. From public insults to downright shocking behavior, these celebrities have treated their fans like trash. Did your favorite make the list? Stick around to find out just how bad it can get when fame goes straight to their heads. Kevin James.
Do you have diabetes? He goes, no. I go, but could you get diabetes?
Kevin James, best known for his affable roles in sitcoms and family-friendly films, has a reputation off-camera that's anything but charming. Despite his on-screen appeal, reports suggest James maintains a frosty distance from the public, particularly those in the service industry. According to insiders, he refuses to speak directly to staff, instead insisting communication flows exclusively through his assistants. One former waiter claimed if you spoke to him, he'd glare at you like you'd committed a crime. The anecdotes don't stop there. James has allegedly sent crew members ahead of him into stores or restaurants with strict instructions to warn employees against making eye contact. Such behavior paints a picture of someone who sees himself as above the everyday social niceties most people observe. It's been said that James considers himself a big deal and acts like a drama queen, often creating uncomfortable situations for those around him. A former colleague described his demeanor as entitled, noting his lack of humility and poor social skills as key contributors to the friction he causes. Fans and social media users have called out James for his apparent disrespect towards service workers, with some questioning whether his comedic persona is an act to mask a deeper disregard for others. While his behavior hasn't caused significant damage to his career yet, it has tarnished his image among those who value kindness and respect. In an industry built on public support, James's actions serve as a reminder that fame should never come at the expense of decency. Rihanna.
How about that? We need big panties for your tits.
Rihanna, often celebrated for her bold style and empowering persona, shocked fans with an uncharacteristically cruel moment that tarnished her reputation. In 2014, a teenage fan proudly recreated one of Rihanna's iconic outfits for prom, a tribute that was meant to honor her idol. Instead of appreciating the gesture, Rihanna publicly mocked the fan by sharing a side-by-side comparison of their outfits on Twitter, captioned with a laughing emoji. The post was seen by millions, instantly turning the teen into the subject of widespread ridicule. For the fan, what should have been a magical prom experience turned into a humiliating ordeal. The incident sparked outrage, with many accusing Rihanna of cyberbullying. She used her platform to humiliate someone who clearly admired her, one critic commented. The backlash was swift, with disappointed fans calling out the pop star for her insensitivity and lack of judgment. Rihanna's actions highlighted the darker side of celebrity influence, how a single post could amplify harm and cause emotional distress. Despite her immense success and loyal fan base, this episode caused some fans to turn away, citing her behavior as hurtful and out of touch. While Rihanna didn't address the incident publicly, the silence only deepened the disappointment for those who had expected more from someone often seen as a champion of confidence and individuality. This moment serves as a reminder that, with great influence comes great responsibility, and celebrities must think twice before wielding their platforms in ways that can harm their supporters. Christian Bale.
I'm Batman.
Christian Bale, known for his transformative acting, has also developed a reputation for his intense and sometimes troubling off-screen behavior. While his dedication to his craft is widely praised, his interactions with fans and colleagues have often painted a darker picture. Bale has been accused of berating young fans, with reports claiming he scolded little girls who approached him for autographs, leaving them visibly upset. Such incidents stand in stark contrast to the warm and gracious demeanor fans often hope for from their idols. One of the most shocking allegations involves a bizarre faxed death threat Bale reportedly sent to a fan. While the details remain murky, the very notion of such a hostile act underscores a pattern of volatile behavior. Bale's anger issues are well documented, with his infamous tirade against a crew member on the set of *Terminator Salvation* going viral. The audio revealed him unleashing a profanity-laden rant that many deemed excessive and unprofessional. Bale's aggressive tendencies have extended beyond his professional environment. He was once arrested after an altercation with family members, an incident that further fueled public concern about his temper. Fans and critics alike have expressed disappointment, noting that his behavior creates a hostile environment and damages his public image. While Bale's undeniable talent keeps him at the top of Hollywood, these controversies have led some to question whether his on-screen brilliance excuses his off-screen actions. His story serves as a reminder that even great artistry can be overshadowed by personal conduct. Stick with me to the end of this video, comment one if you're ready, and trust me, you'll get shocked by what's coming up. Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld, beloved for his sharp wit and observational humor, has long been seen as the relatable everyman thanks to his iconic sitcom. Off-screen, however, his behavior has reportedly left fans and bystanders disappointed. Allegations of entitlement and rudeness have surfaced over the years, painting a picture far removed from his on-screen charm. One notorious incident involved Seinfeld allegedly insulting a basketball team, calling them dumb jocks without provocation. Such comments, particularly from a public figure, struck many as unnecessary and mean-spirited. In another instance, he reportedly slammed his breakfast plate at a restaurant, demanding that his eggs be recooked, leaving staff and fellow diners visibly uncomfortable. This outburst over such a minor inconvenience was seen as indicative of a larger issue, a lack of respect for those around him. Critics and fans have noted that Seinfeld's behavior often comes across as condescending, creating awkward situations for others. His temper and dismissive attitude contradict the easygoing persona he built on television, alienating some of his audience in the process. One fan commented, "You watch him on TV and think he's one of us, but in real life, he acts like he's above it all." While Seinfeld's comedy legacy remains intact, these moments tarnish his reputation as a relatable cultural icon. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, the action star synonymous with the Die Hard franchise, has earned a reputation for being less than gracious toward his fans and colleagues. While his on-screen characters embody resilience and charm, his off-screen demeanor reportedly tells a different story. Willis is famously known for disliking fans who reference his most iconic role by shouting "Die Hard" at him, with insiders noting he responds with visible irritation or outright dismissal. One particularly troubling incident allegedly occurred in a mall food court, where Willis is said to have yelled at a group of children, leaving bystanders shocked. Such outbursts only reinforce his image as someone who struggles with patience, even in low-stakes, everyday scenarios. Fans who approach him often describe him as dismissive or rude, creating negative experiences for those who admire him. Willis's reputation for being difficult extends to his professional life, where he's frequently described as challenging to work with on set. His aloof and irritable attitude not only alienates colleagues, but also confirms the growing perception that he lacks appreciation for the support that made him a star. He doesn't seem to care about the people who made him famous, one disheartened fan shared. While Willis remains an enduring figure in Hollywood, his behavior has driven a wedge between him and his audience. Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons, the legendary frontman of Kiss, has built a career on his brash personality and provocative statements. However, some of his remarks have crossed a line, alienating fans and sparking public outrage. In a particularly controversial incident, Simmons made callous comments about suicide, telling those struggling with suicidal thoughts to put up or shut up. These remarks were widely condemned as insensitive and harmful, especially given the serious nature of mental health issues. The backlash was swift and severe. Several radio stations banned Kiss's music, and Simmons faced significant criticism from mental health advocates and fans alike. While he eventually issued an apology, many noted that it came only after his comments began to affect his financial bottom line. This sequence of events left the public questioning the sincerity of his remorse, with some accusing him of prioritizing his career over social responsibility. Simmons' statements demonstrated a troubling lack of empathy and disregard for the potential impact of his words on vulnerable individuals. Fans who once admired his rebellious persona expressed disappointment, and his reputation took a significant hit. "It's not just about being edgy, it's about understanding the power of your platform," one critic noted. While Simmons remains a rock icon, his comments serve as a stark reminder of the damage careless words can inflict, especially when uttered by someone in the public eye. For many, this incident marked a moment when his bold image veered into outright insensitivity, leaving a lasting stain on his legacy. Do you think public figures like Gene Simmons have a responsibility to be mindful of their words and actions? Comment yes or no and share your thoughts. Tinashe.
You don't have my song. You're not a real fan. Go get that Right now. Play it every day.
Tinashe, known for her genre-blending music and impressive vocal talent, has faced criticism for comments that many felt alienated her fan base. During a discussion about her career, she reportedly claimed that those who don't purchase her music aren't real fans. This statement struck a sour note with listeners, many of whom support artists through streaming, social media engagement, and word of mouth rather than direct purchases. By framing fan loyalty as a financial obligation, Tinashe appeared to create a transactional relationship with her audience. Fans voiced their disappointment, pointing out that support comes in many forms, not just through spending money. One frustrated fan commented, "I've been streaming her music for years, guess that's not enough for her." The remarks discouraged casual listeners and left some longtime supporters feeling unappreciated, especially in an era where free or low-cost methods of support are vital for artists' visibility. Critics also noted that this approach demonstrated poor marketing strategy, as it alienated those who might have eventually become paying fans. Tinashe's comments were perceived as entitled, with an overemphasis on monetary gain rather than fostering genuine connections with her audience. The backlash highlighted the importance of gratitude in building a loyal fan base, particularly in the competitive music industry. Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep, widely regarded as one of the greatest actors of her generation, has long been celebrated for her humility and grace. However, behind the scenes, some reports suggest behavior that clashes with her polished public image. Dubbed Nasty Lady by her neighbors, Streep has allegedly demonstrated entitled and inconsiderate actions that have left her local community less than impressed. One reported incident involved Streep cutting in line at a grocery store, bypassing others who had been waiting patiently. Such behavior, while seemingly minor, was seen as emblematic of a disregard for everyday social norms. Another claim alleges she used her influence to have a public road closed for personal convenience, creating frustration and inconvenience for those in her neighborhood. Critics argue that these actions reflect an abuse of privilege, showing a disconnect from the struggles and routines of ordinary people. These accounts have painted a picture of someone who, despite her on-screen warmth, may not practice the same respect and consideration in her private life. Fans who admire her for portraying relatable, down-to-earth characters have expressed disappointment upon hearing these stories. One disillusioned admirer commented, "She's supposed to be one of us, but this makes her seem out of touch." While these allegations remain unconfirmed, they serve as a reminder that even the most revered figures can face scrutiny for their actions. For someone as celebrated as Streep, maintaining a reputation for kindness and authenticity is essential to preserving the adoration of her audience. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, once the golden boy of pop music, has had a rocky relationship with his fans over the years. Despite his immense talent and global success, numerous reports and viral videos have showcased moments where he's lost his temper or displayed outright disrespect toward those who support him. One of the most infamous incidents involved Bieber allegedly spitting on fans from a balcony, a shocking act that sparked outrage and disappointment worldwide. This behavior, coupled with frequent instances of erratic outbursts, has created negative experiences for fans who look up to him. Videos of Bieber snapping at supporters or abruptly ending meet and greets demonstrate a pattern of immaturity and a lack of control. For an artist whose career was built on a loyal fan base, such actions have alienated many of his admirers. "We buy his music, go to his shows, and this is how he treats us," one fan lamented on social media. After an incident where Bieber stormed off stage mid-performance, critics argue that Bieber's behavior shows a disregard for the very people who made him a star. While he has occasionally apologized for his actions, these apologies often come across as damage control rather than genuine remorse. The repeated instances of inappropriate conduct have left a stain on his reputation, with many questioning whether he appreciates the platform his fans have given him. Ariana Grande.
I'm just gonna have fun, take it easy, and yeah, just gonna keep it low-key.
Ariana Grande, a global pop icon, faced intense backlash following a shocking incident in 2015 that left fans and critics questioning her maturity and judgment. While visiting a donut shop, Grande was caught on camera licking donuts on display and exclaiming, "I hate Americans. I hate America." The video quickly went viral, sparking widespread outrage and disappointment among her fan base. The behavior was seen as disrespectful and unhygienic, with many questioning why a star of her caliber would act so thoughtlessly in public. Grande's subsequent apology claimed her remarks were part of a clumsy attempt to criticize America's obesity problem. However, the explanation struck many as unconvincing and failed to repair the damage. Critics argued that her actions reflected a lack of awareness about her influence and the responsibility that comes with being a role model. The fallout was significant. Grande faced public outrage, and some performances were cancelled due to the controversy. Fans felt alienated by her words and actions, with many expressing disappointment in someone they once admired. "It wasn't just immature, it was offensive," one former fan remarked. Though Grande has since rebuilt her career and public image through charitable work and hit music, the incident remains a blemish on her record. It serves as a reminder of how quickly poor decisions can erode trust and tarnish a celebrity's brand, especially when those actions appear to contradict the values they claim to represent. 10 weirdest facts about Diddy. Diddy might be far more sinister than you realize, from allegedly owning a private island where he reportedly imprisons his victims to having secret underground tunnels beneath his mansion. Here are 10 of the strangest facts about him. Starting with one you probably didn't know, Diddy seems unusually close to his mum. During a 2022 Instagram Live, not only did he share a kiss on the lips with her, but he also revealed something unusual. "Yeah, my mum's single. Yeah, for real. My mum might want to have a good time. She ain't sitting in the house, playing outside, moving and shaking, baby. She comes with me to strip clubs. I don't care." The family dynamics get even stranger at number 9. What if I told you that bizarre and troubling behavior seems to run throughout Diddy's family? Take his son, Christian Combs, for instance. It's uncanny how much he resembles his father, both in appearance and allegedly in conduct.
In this audio that CNN has listened to, you can specifically hear the accuser.
Back in 2022, a woman named Grace Omar Cake worked as a bartender on Diddy's yacht. At first, the atmosphere was lively, with guests drinking, dancing, and enjoying themselves. However, as the day progressed, Grace began to feel unwell and disoriented. Things took a disturbing turn when she found herself trapped in a room with Christian, who allegedly harassed and assaulted her. According to audio reviewed by CNN, the accuser can be heard claiming that Christian coerced her into taking a tequila shot she suspected was spiked with drugs. In the recording, she reportedly confronts Christian, asking if she was being drugged, to which he responds, "Take the shot." Despite struggling and attempting to escape, Grace eventually managed to flee the situation, though the traumatic event stayed with her. In April 2024, she filed a lawsuit against Christian, accusing him of drugging, assaulting, and emotionally traumatizing her. Her case gained traction thanks to music producer Lil Rod Jones, who was allegedly present during the incident and possesses recordings of what transpired. As this case unfolds, Christian could face severe consequences and potentially share a similar fate to his father, with years of imprisonment hanging over him. Diddy might actually thrive in prison, and here's why. At number 8, it's been alleged that one of his favorite parts of working in the music industry is having relationships with male rappers. He's even hinted at being particularly close to Usher, mentioning how they spent time together when Usher was a child. He recalled moments like them waking up and arguing over Frosted Flakes, jokingly describing it as brotherly bonding. However, his former bodyguard, Gene Deal, took this a step further, making insinuations about the nature of Diddy and Usher's relationship. In addition to this, there have been widespread claims within the industry that Diddy has been romantically involved with prominent male rappers.
Yeah, I bet they did. Somebody frosted somebody flakes without the milk.
Gene Deal once shared a story of what he described as a freak-off involving Diddy and Ja Rule. He claimed that during this incident, someone showed up looking for Ja Rule, and when he refused to let them enter the room, a confrontation ensued. Shortly after, Diddy and Ja Rule emerged from the room, reportedly both wrapped in towels and visibly startled. Gene suggested that something highly inappropriate had been going on behind closed doors. While some dismiss these accounts as speculation, court documents have reportedly revealed that Diddy not only hired male escorts, but also allegedly had an affair with rapper Meek Mill. But that's not all. Diddy's controversial behavior extends beyond his personal life, as he has also been accused of negatively impacting the childhoods of several musicians. Ready for an unforgettable adventure? Drop number 1 in the comments if you're in it for the long haul. Trust me, you won't want to miss the surprises ahead in this video. At number 7, we delve into how Diddy's actions may have affected young artists, starting with Usher. In a 2016 interview, Usher revealed that, as a 13-year-old, he attended something called Puffy Flavor Camp, where he lived with Diddy for a year. At the time, Diddy was 23, raising eyebrows about the nature of this arrangement. But Usher isn't the only one with troubling stories. Over the years, various individuals, including Oreo Dyer, Lil Rod, Young Miami, Daphne Joy, and Cassie, have accused Diddy of harassment and grooming during their teenage years. Some of these individuals have even taken legal action against him. Another artist who has sparked concern is Justin Bieber. When Justin was just 15, he appeared in a video with Diddy where they talked about spending the next 2 days together and going crazy. Diddy described the experience as every teenager's dream and seemed to relish their time together. A few years later, Diddy appeared in another video where he questioned Justin about why they no longer spoke or spent time together. In this interaction, Justin appeared uncomfortable and made excuses about Diddy not having his contact information. At number 6, you probably didn't know that Diddy's rise to fame might be linked to a tragedy that claimed 9 lives. Back in December 1991, as Diddy was working to establish himself as a key figure in hip-hop, he decided to host a celebrity basketball game in New York. However, he put almost no effort into organizing the event. The arena he booked could only accommodate about 2,500 people, but more than 5,000 fans showed up eager to attend. As the game was about to start, chaos erupted. Thousands of people who couldn't get in pushed past the barriers, overwhelmed the security guards, and trampled over anyone in their way. Witnesses described the horrifying scene with bodies piled up at the bottom of the stairs and children lying limp on the ground. Emergency responders confirmed multiple deaths inside the gymnasium, yet for Diddy this marked a pivotal moment in his career. He later reflected on it, saying, "That's really how I started to become famous, was through a tragedy." He even embraced the idea of being a tragic hero, likening his rise to something out of Shakespeare. Moving on to number 5, did you know that Diddy has changed his name multiple times to cover up his alleged crimes? Over the years, he has gone to bizarre lengths to hide evidence. For instance, he once sent self-destructing invitations to his infamous white parties. Guests would receive a message with the party details, which would erase itself after being viewed. One celebrity recalled receiving such an invite, describing it as very high concept. In another instance, it was reported in 2023 that Diddy paid $50,000 to a hotel to destroy a tape of him allegedly assaulting his wife. But Diddy didn't stop at erasing evidence. He began using name changes as a tactic to distance himself from controversies. In the 1990s, after assaulting an employee of Interscope Records, he dropped the name Puffy and became Puff Daddy. Later, after being arrested in connection with a nightclub shooting, he rebranded again, going from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy. Over the span of a decade, he changed his name 3 times. However, as more accusations surfaced, he adopted an even simpler moniker, shortening it to just Diddy. When he faced charges of bribery and possession of a weapon, he tried to reinvent himself once again, switching to Love by 2021. At number 4, here's a surprising fact. Diddy seemingly predicted his own downfall. For years, various celebrities have dropped subtle warnings about him, but their messages often went unnoticed or misunderstood. For instance, during a 1998 interview, Mike Tyson created an awkward moment by deliberately moving Diddy's hand away from his leg. In 2000, Rosie O'Donnell joked at the Grammys about the trouble Diddy might be facing, hinting at potential legal issues. More recently, in 2023, Cat Williams spoke cryptically about how the truth about certain individuals, including Diddy, would soon come to light, suggesting that hidden scandals were about to be revealed. However, the most unexpected person to predict Diddy's downfall was Diddy himself. In a 1999 interview with Entertainment Tonight, he spoke about how he believed he was being unfairly targeted by authorities for throwing parties and uniting people. He described a future where his events would be shut down and arrests would follow, dismissing it all as part of the cost of living his high-profile lifestyle. Moving on to number 3, it's shocking to learn that Diddy has been accused of orchestrating the deaths of 3 of the most iconic rappers of all time. In the 1990s, 2 names ruled the rap game. Biggie Smalls, Diddy's close friend and an artist signed to his Bad Boy label, and Tupac Shakur, the West Coast legend, who had become one of the world's most celebrated rappers by 1996. Tupac's success created tension in the industry, with some viewing him as a threat to Biggie and Bad Boy Records. Tupac himself addressed the rivalry, saying he wasn't looking for trouble but would respond if provoked. Tupac's life ended tragically on September 7, 1996, when he was fatally shot in Las Vegas at just 25. For decades, theories implicated Diddy in his death, alleging jealousy as the motive. In 2023, Dwayne Keith Davis reignited speculation by claiming Diddy paid him $1 million for the hit. After Tupac's death, Biggie Smalls allegedly became Diddy's next target. Though they were once close, tension arose when Biggie considered leaving Bad Boy Records. Diddy convinced him to stay and brought him to Los Angeles, where Biggie was ambushed and killed during a studio session. His death left fans devastated and suspicious. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, added fuel to these suspicions, suggesting that Diddy intentionally set Biggie up. He questioned why Diddy would arrange studio time in LA when he had access to his own studio in New York. According to Deal, this move was no coincidence, claiming Diddy sent Biggie to LA, knowing full well the danger he faced, likening it to sending a sheep out to pasture. These allegations paint a grim picture of Diddy's rise to power in the music industry. Do you believe Diddy was involved in the deaths of Tupac and Biggie? Comment yes or no below. But here's the thing, Diddy isn't done trying to harm rappers even now. Earlier in 2024, some shocking allegations surfaced involving Kid Cudi. Back in 2012, Diddy's ex-wife, Cassie, was reportedly flirting with Cudi, which, according to Diddy's former bodyguard, Roger Bonds, sent him into a jealous rage. Bonds claimed Diddy ordered someone to throw a Molotov cocktail into Cudi's car through the sunroof. Bonds recounted hearing Diddy say he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car and wanted to make sure Cudi was home with his friends when it happened. The incident wasn't just hearsay. Cudi's car was indeed blown up. Thankfully, Cudi wasn't inside the vehicle at the time, but this attack is just one of the numerous charges Diddy is currently facing while behind bars. Now, if we dig into Diddy's upbringing, it starts to become clear how he became the person he is today. For number 2 on the list, you probably didn't know just how much Diddy's childhood shaped him into what many see as a monster. Growing up in the Bronx, his early life was filled with tragedy. When Diddy was only 3 years old, his father was killed in a drug deal gone wrong, shot dead on the spot. Reflecting on the loss, Diddy later said, "My father, he was killed when I was 3 years old. I don't have like a lot of memories of my father." After the murder, Diddy's mother decided to leave the Bronx and move to Mount Vernon, New York, in search of a better life for her family. However, what was supposed to be a fresh start turned out to have its own set of challenges. To pay for Diddy's private school tuition, his mom worked 3 jobs, which left her with little time to be around. Without parental guidance, Diddy was left to navigate life on his own, and this lack of structure turned him toward destructive behaviors. It started with selling drugs. Diddy later admitted, "I sold drugs for like a day, and I got chased by helicopters. Doors got kicked down. It was probably like the unluckiest day for a drug dealer. I was willing to do anything to get to it." At just 12 years old, Diddy also lost his virginity, a detail that adds to the chaos of his childhood. On top of that, he often found himself in fights with other kids. One of these confrontations became a defining moment in his life. Diddy recounted how one day his grandmother sent him to buy cigarettes, but a kid robbed him of the money. Returning home empty-handed, his mother gave him an ultimatum: "Go back and get the money or don't come home at all." Terrified and crying, Diddy confronted the boy, demanded his money back, and got into a fight. While Diddy lost the fight, he refused to give up, knowing his mother wouldn't let him back in the house without the money. This combination of trauma, desperation, and a survival-at-all-costs mindset planted the seeds for the ruthless man Diddy would later become. And now we've reached the final and perhaps most chilling fact on the list, one so bizarre it borders on terrifying. In 2024, as charges against Diddy began to mount, shocking details emerged about the infamous parties he's hosted over the years. While the wild parties alone might be enough to raise eyebrows, it's what allegedly happened behind closed doors that is truly sinister. These events, referred to by Diddy as freak-offs, were so outrageous and disturbing that they can barely be described in full detail. What we do know is that they reportedly involved copious amounts of alcohol, gallons of baby oil, and participants who were allegedly provided with IV drips just to keep them conscious. Even worse, reports suggest that some attendees were coerced into participating and held against their will. Diddy himself hinted at this dark side during a 2002 interview, where he joked about keeping women locked up, saying, "If you don't have what they need, they're going to leave, right? Got to keep them there, right? You need locks on the doors." While the comment was brushed off at the time as a joke, in hindsight, it takes on a far more ominous tone. Those who have attended Diddy's parties have spoken about seeing outrageous things, but the actual freak-offs reportedly took place in a hidden location, far from the public eye. This hidden world became even more unsettling in September 2024. Fame can bring out the best or the worst in people, and these stories prove it. Being a celebrity doesn't excuse treating others poorly, especially the fans who help build their careers. It's a reminder for all of us: respect matters no matter who you are. Want more jaw-dropping celebrity moments? Check out our previous video, Top 10 Dumb Things Said by Celebrities, on the end screen. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Iconic Inside, and hit the bell so you never miss out on the stories you love. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.